Hello and welcome to this week's vlog 3 of the Martin Abrams vlog. I mean, if we can come up with a catchy name for it, that would be nice. Put it in the comments. And yeah, so this is the vlog for us golden people of this golden generation, us who grew up witnessing and taking part in the birth of modern music. And yeah, so what I've been up to this week, this 70-year-old here, is I put out the first pop quiz. I've got a new tune which I'll play you a bit later on. And of course, we'll have this week's heated debate, which won't be a debate if you don't join in the comments. And talking of comments and all that stuff, last vlog got like 900 odd likes and an extra 50 or something subscribers, which is amazing. So if I could ask you straight off the bat, please do subscribe and join us. I think that was a phenomenal success. So yeah, please subscribe and wait till the end, see if you do like it before you put a like, but that would be amazing. So yeah, straight off, the music quiz, the pop quiz, I think my delivery was a bit meandering. Me? A meanderer? Yeah, I do meander a little bit, and I think I meandered a little bit in my presentation because it didn't quite get the response I was hoping for. And it's very honest of me, isn't it? Usually people are going, oh, I can't believe how successful I am, but the pop, I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to be a bit sharper and a bit more on it. I mean, the questions were good, and it's got a lot of views, but not many likes, and a couple of extra subscriptions. And it's about subscription, this thing. So no, it's not. It's about how wonderful and worthy it is. But subscriptions are good. So, all right. That's that out of the way. I've written, I think I've written a #1 single. You can tell me, did I have #1 singles anymore? I don't know. You can tell me at the end of this because I'm going to play it for you. And so this week's heated debate. I was thinking to myself how marvellous it is that for not very much money in today's standards, for the price of a computer, a laptop, and a couple of £100 worth of software, which is the industry standard, it doesn't cost a fortune. I've got sitting here next to me the facilities to make an album and to edit a professional looking video if I want. If I had the skills. I've got the equipment, I haven't got the skills for the video. I mean, I think I have for the album. But anyway, I've got sitting here next to me, I can make an album. Get my friend Steve Cooper to mix it and put it out. And it'll be as good as anything out there. And I thought, blimey, not that long ago, in order to do that, and I haven't got anything special, okay? In order to do that a few years ago, I'd have had to go into a studio costing me a wodge of dosh, daily to make the album. And to make the video, I'd have had to go to people that make videos, and that would have cost me a wodge of dosh too. But I'm able to sit here with my, my condenser mic and my software and my phone recording me, and it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And but to paraphrase Dickens, we live in the best of times and we live in the worst of times. And I think that's a truism, let's not get into philosophy really, but that's a truism really. We're always, we're living in the best of it and we're living in the worst of it. So the flip side of this technology is there aren't any bands anymore. There's no groups anymore. Yeah, there might be one or two. I'm talking about in general, there's not a wealth of it. And, who's the last British band that's a household name, Oasis, Coldplay, it's kind of, but bands from that era, really. But there are no bands now. There are solo artists, and there are wizard musicians. There's 12-year-old kids out there that can pick up a guitar and you just think, where did that come from? There's all sorts of amazing stuff going on, but there's no bands. And the reason is that if a kid gets into music now, okay, and he thinks, I want to make some music, he doesn't need to go and find other people to do it with. He's got a laptop, he's got a couple of £100 worth of software, and he can sit there. He's got a recording studio at his fingertips. He's got stuff he can go and get with beats on, and he's got keyboard packs that he can put chords over, and maybe he plays a bit of guitar, and he's got a bit of a talent and all that, and he's written a song, and he's written a couple more songs, and he can get them down, and he's made an album, and he's 11. So to glorify us of a golden age, us a golden age people, we couldn't do that. My first band, my first anything, I'd had to badger my parents, to get me a guitar, and then I got a guitar one Christmas, I had to wait till the next Christmas to get an amplifier. I used to go and stand in my bedroom and put the head of the guitar, okay, the headstock, up against the wardrobe, and it made it louder. My electric guitar, I was very lucky to have an electric guitar at whatever age I was, 4. Not quite. But, that's how it was. And it was kind of like, when I wanted to make music, where I wanted to, I can do this, or, I've learned a few chords. I found like-minded guys at school. And we formed our first little band. My first little band, we played in Saturday Morning Pictures, which used to be a thing. It's not anymore. And, then a youth club band, and then this, that, and the other, and my whole story, I don't know. My whole story is boring. It's not really, is it? But you're going to have to wait for it. But anyway, because the kids now, and there are some stunning, if they did form bands now, bloody hell, the virtuosity now of kids is astonishing, And it's weird, there's this kind of there's this parallel. It's the same with football, I think, There are 12-year-old kids now that can do stuff with the football that, full-on professional players in the 1940s and the 1950s. There's 12-year-old kids now that can do keepy-uppy and all that stuff that knocks spots off them. That's just the development of the human skill set, I guess, over time. But it's very, it's quite poignant, I think, that we've lost something now, because of all this marvelous technology. We've kind of, there's a guy who recently, he's recently started following me, or we've become friends or whatever on Facebook, Robert Beck, and he said to me, he said, I kind of latched onto you because I wanted to hear music that sounds like it comes from the 60s, and I suppose I do kind of sound like I'm steeped in that area because of my age. And there's something about it because we come from a generation where we, it's like I was just saying, it's kind of, I don't know if I quite drew the parallel with the football thing. With the football thing, the kids have got to go out and find other kids to play football with. With the music thing, they haven't, They just need a laptop and they can create the music. But what they're lacking, what they're missing, is this thing that I talked about a bit last week as well, seeing bands that they formed at school or they formed as teenagers, and they were a gang. And there's something about that, and there's a spirit in that. And people of my generation, your generation, that grew up, and that's how we started. That's where we got our musical, that's where we paid our dues, really. And we developed something that you can't buy it, you can't teach it, you've got to live it. It's a life experience. And that comes out in the music, and that's sadly missing now. And like I always say, I don't want to talk about, how great we were and how crap it is now, because it's not true. There's checks and balances all over the place. But I think that what's possibly been lost now, not possibly, has been lost now, is that in that spirit, that camaraderie. And it's very alive now in the British blues scene, I have to say. It's really, but there's a lot of people that are steeped in music, in the British blues thing now, and it's very well alive and happening. And in fact, I kind of had a little delve in myself, but I haven't got 10 years to join the queue, if you want, and there's a lot of fine players and everything in there, and the utmost respect for it. But I just think that my personal story, my time is more, it is better used doing these, and I still write all the time, and this solo album is on the way, okay? And so I think that's about it for this week. Join in. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. And I'm sure by now, one or two of you must like it. Even if it's not the 900 that subscribed last time. So please do. Subscribe, like. There's a tune coming up for you now that I made here in my studio. It's just a demo. It's just a little demo, but I quite like it. See what you think. And until next time, see you later. Do stuff. Okay? Do stuff. Talk to me. Do stuff with me. Okay? All right. See you later. Ta-da. Shadow in a silent room. These days that haunt me seem to call the tune. Days I could have only spent with you, and then the walls came down. I heard a rumor that you were doing fine. Found a road to leave me way behind. Looking out for someone you might find. take a place in me. Well, it was me who put an end to it. It was me who said goodbye. But I did it for the birth of us. No more tears to cry. Tribute to our love. Tribute to our love. Tribute to our love. Tribute to our love.